Hello Capricorn, I hope you're well. Life of Tarocchi back with another tarot reading. Today we're connecting in with your energy Capricorn, and we're reading your energy in the 10th house, your house. So this reading is going to be all about discovering your life's purpose. We are going to ask 12 questions, pull 12 cards, get into the tarot, and then ask for some guidance. So be prepared, this will be a super long reading. I will be popping the video timestamps down in the description box below so that you can access each section of the reading. Okay Capricorn, thank you so much for your beautiful energy. Okay, so we've got 400 possibilities here. And we're going to ask 12 questions as we head around the board. So the first question to discover your life's purpose is acknowledging your strengths. So we're going to ask Spirit, what is Capricorn's strengths here in the first house? Landscape, landscape. Land and scape, okay, in the first house. Second question, what do you love, Capricorn? Ooh. Okay. Ooh, nice. Okay. Capricorn, you love love. Okay, sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, Capricorn, what do you love? Love. It's got workplace, detective, and railway. Okay. I like how these colors synchronized in placement. So let's continue. Question 3 in the third house is, what is your weakness? So your weakness is something you're doing too much of or not enough of, okay? So we have criminology, chemical, gas, petrol and power, parliament, better than expected, defense, soulmate, platonic, romantic, healing and for growth, performing arts, and security guards. Okay. Fourth house, fourth question. What are your passions, Capricorn? Your passions, Capricorn? Secretary, past loved one, loss adjustment. Okay. Fifth house, fifth question. What can you be paid for? So how you can make money, Capricorn. Ooh, one of the cards bent. We've got clothes showing up. So on the bent card, we will read. Okay. Central to you, we've got midwife. We have architects and landscape, specifically coming out in spirit messages. We have cinema and theatre. We have mushroom and emotional. Okay. Sixth house, sixth question. What does the world need from you, Capricorn? Okay. Capricorn, the world needs from you security and guards, performing arts, soulmate, platonic, romantic, healing or growth, defense, better than expected, light and bright. We have debt collect, alarm, security and surveillance, social media, media and social, research and development, massage therapy, funeral service, container, fabric and textile, counselor or counsel, hobbies, dancer, release and change. Okay. 7th house, 7th question. What is your profession? What is Capricorn's profession? All right. Your profession. It's like people can see your supplies and how you distribute them, and your intelligence, Capricorn. Okay. Eighth house, 8th question. What is your mission? All right. Okay, your mission, Capricorn, we had flying out over the 6th house, meaning this is like you're applying yourself on the daily basis. So we have here, we've got legal, tattoo and artist, recreation, fun activities, sewing and designing. Okay. Nice. Okay, 9th house, 9th question. What is your first award or achievement? Ooh, the high achiever you are. Okay. Sculptor, forensic, bets, gambling and TAB, fire emergency, ancestor spirit, that's quite an important one, food and wine, alternative health, author, books, scripts and edits, and we have fitter. 10th house, Capricorn, 10th question is what is part of your purpose? So let's see what that is. Okay, Capricorn, we have bar, spirituality and religion, bungee jump. Okay. All right, 11th house, 11th question. What do you do on your downtime, Capricorn? So, on your downtime, you're quite a busy person on your downtime, Capricorn. So what we have here is film, TV, radio and stage, bed and breakfast, tailor-made dressmaker, Oh, cool, because we got sewing and designing before. Okay. We have office, crowd control, lawn and yard, body artist, cabinet maker, clean, transport and logistics, statistics, timber and wood, and then we have karmic, redirect soul journey. 12th house, 12th question is message revealed from spirit. So this is in relation to any of these topics. Spirit might just come through and have a yarn. So let's see. Messages revealed for Capricorn in relation to their purpose. Okay, lovely. Okay, Capricorn, we've got bakery and pastry chef. Just got a quick message with that one. Someone needs to watch their sugar intake. We have personal style, develop and development, chemist, expression, and composer. Okay, so Capricorn, we are going to pull a theme for this reading. Okay, what is the theme for this reading? Thank you, Spirit. Whoa. Someone who's at school, there's a specific message for someone. Yeah, see how bent that card was before? So the two bent cards, very tense energies. Ooh, your soulmate. Okay. All right, let's just, I do have a couple of cards on the ground, one as well. Excuse me. So predominantly the theme for this reading is central to you, Capricorn. We got a message from someone you haven't spoken to in a while. So this person is ready to reach out and contact you. Okay, so Capricorn, don't worry, you are protected, okay? And then underneath protected, we've got something you've always wanted as a child is about to come true. So the time frame here is 1 to 3 months. Energy coming over secretary and past loved one. Future babies. This is your future child's mother or father. Parental lock. Okay. And then we have hitting the ground is Capricorn. You've got a surprise visit. So if you're someone who likes to have your house in order before visitors come, you may need to get your house in order. So we've got here surprise visit. Get your house in order. Something or someone is coming over. Okay, so this is all tied to your purpose. Now what we are going to do is get some type of timeline here from Spirit. How should, because we've got 1 to 3 months. Future. Okay, so here's our time frame. 1 to 3 months with someone who's coming in. Beautiful. Let's see. So what we're going to do is a quick tidy up on the board and then we'll get into the tarot. Okay, Capricorn. So we have this reading placed in future. So when you discover this reading, these messages are from within 1 to 3 months. Also noting that we are discovering your purpose in life throughout this reading. So let's see. So we do have future. I want to talk through this energy. We are reading in the first house now. So Capricorn and Aries. Whether this is Capricorn and Aries working together or you Capricorn embodying Aries energy, or someone else embodying Aries energy when reviewing you, when looking at you. So in the first house is all about self-appearance, where the eye meets the physical, what we see, okay? And we've got land and scape. So someone sees you as a fundamental source, an earth supplement. They also see you as someone who can be transformed, or you're aware of your external appearance to be strong, to be rich in nature. Now, there's something here with your appearance that people get a lot from you. You're very rich. This is a strength. So whether you're starting to acknowledge this or you already know this about yourself, Capricorn, land and landscape. Land and landscape. We have these cards coming out in the 9th house, which means that this is a higher belief or an ancestor spirit speaking to your self-appearance. Perhaps there are some relations to your physical appearance that tie into your ancestor that you may or may not know about. But what we have here is, I feel like, is the progress of oneself reviewing these transformations. If we think about how we walk and experience walking across the earth, we're taking things in as we take a step forward. So each step forward is a different concept of what we see, because we're taking in new things. So land and landscape. So as we're maneuvering through the land, we're scaping it out. So there's some type of there's a varying degree to what people see with you, Capricorn. There's something you've worked on with your hands that's built upon your surface, your physical surface. So this is like whether there's certain maintenance that you do on your self-appearance. But this is what you're doing is, I feel like ancestor spirit is flagging that they used to do that too, because building upon that strategy that you have on your self-appearance is, I'm getting this big drawing into this red energy. So whether this is iron in the soil, or this is talking about blood, how much work has gone into transforming something, especially with your hands. This could also apply to how you use your body to maneuver the land, your environment as well. So this is like a reflection of, say, Capricorn, if you're walking through your environment, you're seeing your landscape through an Aries energy. So adapting and applying to the physical appearance of your environment, the landscape. So that's very, very strong on land energy, which is why I was like pulling out these cards. There are big ties to healing matters of the heart, especially to the root chakra. So ties to home, where you grew up, where you came from. And I feel like that's also applied to the past loved one. So there's a sense here that I feel like we've got someone who's coming through. Because in this energy, I'm taking the globe as an ancestral spirit. So, and it's sitting over the ancestor spirit. So this is someone speaking through to the other side. I'm being drawn down to what's being sent out comes back, but also there is a gathering and a meeting or an expectation of this arrival. S and E initials, or E and S, or Se, or S. Number 5. So things are being changed, transformed. What this concept is that there's been a journey taken, and this time is, I just heard awaken. The time is to awaken. These energies give me the transformation over time. So learning about what you see as you move through your landscape. So this is building upon the physical appearance. So where the eye meets the physical. So this is what you're taking in of what you see. And this is others also taking in what they see. Capricorn, I just got an instant pain of hunger. So I feel like tied to that message of too much sugar, I feel like Spirit saying you need to, there's maybe come back to reviewing what your body needs. So a balanced nutrition, land and landscape. So the maintenance of the body. Excuse me. There's nothing wrong there. There's just to be mindful. So these are those cards. So there's something you're really working on, or ancestor spirits acknowledging that you've put this work in. I just got 2 islands here coming together. So the connection of 2 islands. Whether this is speaking about a time of when the tectonic plates came together, but this is talking about the coming together of two isolations. What I'm getting here is this ancestor wants to speak to this figure. I'm getting an animal figure here. So, 4 motions or 4 places from which it lives. It's a creature that walks on 4 legs. But I can't make out this energy. This is something I feel like you become aware of over time. So we've got 5 on the top and 4 on the bottom. So I feel like there's something you're looking for as well. I got this looking energy, this searching energy. There's also like a review of like going back, tracing footsteps, because we've got 5 to 4, 4 to 5. Okay, 3. So 5, 4, 3, reviewing things. What this is like starting with the hands. Then what I'm getting here is emotions are, or there's like energies that's taken some type of journey, and then it's coming back to that journey, and then coming back to the hands. So there's something you do with your hands that takes you on a journey, and then you come back to the hand part. So there's, I don't know what that is, but it's something that you do, that people see that you do, and it's something you know you do. But there's this like the process. So we've got tribal elder. in reverse. But what I'm getting here is that I feel like this ancestor spirit was a past tribal elder, or they are speaking to the current tribal elder. That's who the message they're wanting to speak to. This is someone who has totems to lizards and snakes. What has been withheld is communication, because there is a sense that timing has to be, there's something about being aware of something, looking or taking an extra few steps, then you are ready to be aware of something. There's something where you continue on your journey and you notice something additional. And then when you have that awakening, that moment of epiphany, this is talking about that communication can flow through. M and R, MRS, Mrs., Miss, Mr., Mistress, Mistress, Mistress. Okay. Or we got Mrs. R. Excuse me. Now for the totem of the snake energy, so the serpent, the journey is actually transforming you. Perhaps the journey that you are on might be of a tribal elder. If you don't relate to a tribal elder, Capricorn, this is talking about you leading a group of people to better means. So this is taking on that management energy, but this is very... the knowledge is obtained on the go, because it's learnt through transformation, through change, and then it comes back through that journey through steps. An MC, someone who speaker. So speaking also is transforming. So there's something that you awaken to or come around to where you, perhaps I feel like you start speaking about transformations, or you go through a transformation or you see someone go through a transformation and you start speaking them through it. There's something about that energy there where you're dealing with someone who doesn't have the same mindset as you. So for example, if you're on the high, I'm seeing someone in a high rise looking down, and this is like 30 floors. They're watching someone walk across a pedestrian crossing. So what this is that the person who's walking across the pedestrian crossing, they have the ability to see the other person who's watching them 30 floors up, but they might not think to look up. So this is someone who's, you might be dealing with someone who's not thinking to look up. They might only just be looking on the ground. So working and communicating through that transformation, there's something about that energy. So maybe you're dealing with someone who has their head down quite a lot, or looking for answers on the ground. But this person also needs to lift their chin and take in considerations from the sky and the ground. So this is like, for example, that's something you're speaking to this person about. Balance, considerations, taking those journeys and acknowledging what changes. Yeah, there's something you're working on with your hands. You're looking, you're seeking. That hunger pains, that hunger pain comes from a yearning of your heart, because your heart yearns to grow. There's something you're needing to do to get on with, and it's to do with satisfying the heart and the emotions, speaking through that. White birds are significant, doves, ducks, and pigeons. F and E for initials, and C and U. UC, CU, FE, EF, FU, CE, EC. Okay, so what we've got here is dealing with the opposite. So we've got maiden and hunter, but the journey and the work is a part of the same. This is also talking about harnessing masculine and feminine energies. So teaching someone else how to do that. Okay, beautiful. Let's get into the next house. Capricorn, in the second house of Taurus, we asked what you love. So dealing with Taurus's energy, you've got love in the question of love. So there's a sense that you love the feeling of love. But what here is applied is that you love working, and there's a sense that when you work, you love what you reap. So there's that beautiful connection there in that Taurus energy. We do have detective, so there's a sense that you love to get down to the bottom of things, the nitty-gritty, why things are the way they are. This is knowing why you keep the things around you. Railway here, so this is a connection to travel, but also this is a return travel, so that same line comes back. Railway. This is also to someone I'm seeing putting a hand on a rail. Someone who's looking and waiting. So a message from someone you haven't spoken to in a while is ready to reach out and contact you. So I feel like maybe if you were the person holding the handrail thinking about that person, or that person who you're thinking of is thinking of you and they're coming to visit you. They're ready to speak. So okay. So love, workplace, railway, detective. Love for love, Capricorn and Taurus. Okay. Workplace, love. Ooh, nice. Okay, so two energies here. So your energy or your thoughts, there's something here where you're being a detective and linking towards forensics. So you're looking for scientific evidence. But this is through air energy, so this could be through thought. Now, what we're getting here is this energy of maybe you're sorting through something or someone that has been dictating or controlling the way that you feel towards love, or how you apply yourself at work, the way that you love at work. So there's like workplace and love here. Okay. So you're sifting through some type of dishonesty or like a power shift, and what someone else's energy over yours is like that they're seeing that someone is coming through justified or fair, and someone is speaking to karma here, and there's some type of truth that reveals itself. Okay. We have the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So there's something really rich and ripened here. Something ready to work on. I feel like this love that you have, Capricorn, is you really working towards building your legacy. Something to leave for your youth, your children's children. But there's something that's strong within you that talks about connecting, travel to work, traveling for work, and find the meaning of love. The underlying energy, even though there's so perhaps you're dealing with a Taurus, or this is like having to defend the things that you've worked for, or the things that you've had to build into your possessions, into your items, your ownership. There's a lot of tension. A lot of people with egos who want what you have, and they see that perhaps you are the obstacle. Now, what these people don't realize is that you are being celebrated because you apply yourself with love. There is collaboration here. So we did have two cards come out. So you and someone else sorting through what wasn't right, and things are being justified. So there is celebration here after tension. And those who thought to take from you, they will regret this, because it's like this is your purpose reading, Capricorn. So what is meant for you is for you. And so for those who seek to take what is meant for you away from you, will not win. So these people will leave with some type of disappointment, because what they need to understand is that when you are working through some type of karma, or when you're working through some type of law or justice, especially through dissecting something with love, dissecting something in the workplace, or dissecting how something comes backwards and forwards, there's a sense that people know, or will know, that they need to come to you with respect. They need to understand that when you're operating in your absolute love for the work that you do, this governs respect. Okay, so this is also talking about like fatherly figure energy. This Emperor here, this is like a boss, someone who's in control and someone who's stable. We have connections to confidence, independence, but there's also like this love energy I feel like is coming through this Queen of Wands now. So this is like being really social. So someone who's ambitious. Okay, so what are we getting here? This Capricorn, I feel like you identifying your purpose through how you work to obtain your items that you keep around you, or the work that you apply to the love relationships. But this is more, could be connecting to the communication in those relationships. That's interesting. I don't usually get that energy here. I am getting some warm vibrations on the right forearm. So someone could be like leaning in to listen, or ambitiously waiting to hear an outcome. Now this is like a message from someone. So what's important here is that you stay within your emotional balance. So stay calm, stay warm as you do. But we've got here that final decisions will be made. Wake up call, inner calling, life purpose, self-evaluation, awakening. So, okay. That's the full loop from the last house. There's something you discover on your journey when you come backwards and forwards. through how you apply yourself, through the work you do with your hands. There's something you become aware of. A new offer comes in, a new project, an idea of inspiration. And it brings so much enthusiasm within you, Capricorn. It sparks this love in the house of love, in the question of love. Not the house of love, but this is the house of love for money. But this is the love of currency, more so in this energy, things coming backwards and forwards. So reciprocity, and whether that's through reciprocity of dealing with people, reciprocity of working and receiving money and buying the things that you like. There's something that you're working through where you come to a point and you go, okay, this is it. You also become awoken to some of the possessiveness of others, but there's something here that you realize you need to sort of knuckle down and save money to, because this new idea is what you're starting to invest into. You realize that this idea is practical and it's reliable, but requires a slow and steady charge over time. So this is building in your efficiencies. Also, what I feel like Spirit's bringing up here, Capricorn, is that you've got positive, negative, meaning that as you move through your positive steps, make sure that you've accounted for the negative so that you've secured any outcome. You're able to tackle any outcome. Because what this is being practical about possible betrayals. So this is equipping yourself to be protected by love, you know, while you discover and then embark on this new idea, this new inspiration, because it fulfills you so much. It is your life purpose. So however you see that interpreted throughout this reading, Capricorn, I'm very excited for you. Okay. Yeah, there's fast communication coming in, rapid change, immediate action, and this is excitement and messages. Okay, so we are going to go into the next house. Capricorn, third house is Gemini's energy. So dealing with a Gemini or embracing Gemini's energy. But this is all about the mind. And this is to, what we asked is the weakness. So too much thinking or not enough thought. So what we have here is criminology, chemical, gas, petrol and power, and parliament. So criminology here is talking about the scientific study of how crime is undertaken or how criminals behave when they undertake crime. So interesting, there's the thinking behind behaviors here. But also too, I just wanted to pull in a reminder, Capricorn, we've got detective, criminology and forensic. So there's something here you're really getting to the bottom of. That's part of your purpose. So your mindset is to, I'm seeing someone like file something down, which is that sculpting energy. So, okay, criminology here. Chemical, gas, petrol and power. So this is relating to the interaction of two things or a number of things. How it interacts in its current environment. This is also talking about which one is pure and which one is artificial. And we have Parliament. So the energy of, we've got here the House of the Lords, House of Lords, House of Commons, consisting of sovereignty. A group of rooks or owls. Okay. So there's a lot of mind energy here, governance, thinking over another mind and how that ignites and works and intensifies one to act. So let's see what that's about, Capricorn. That's quite interesting. Third house. Okay. All right. Criminology. Ooh. You're luxurious, Capricorn. Your underlying energy is very luxurious. So we've got two cards coming out here with regards to the weakness, thinking too much or not enough. But what is here is that I feel like you're waiting for equal give and take or something to balance out in a social aspect. Maybe you're waiting for the right time to make some type of announcement. Someone else's energy over bungee jumping is that someone else is jumping to 10 of Cups. So it's like, so I feel like you have your energy and then you have someone else's energy. And that was the same. So we had 3 cards in the first house, 2 cards in the second, and 2 in the third. So 3, 2, 2. So messages in the numbers. The universe is talking to you by Alana Fairchild. 322. I just wanted to quickly read. Yeah, so it's talking about new life that flows from relationships. So that makes sense because you've got your energy and then someone else's energy. Because this card was face down, I take that as someone else's energy. So you're waiting for someone else to balance out their happiness. You're waiting for someone to balance out some type of creative process so that you can join together in some way. So emerging together. It's talking about philosophy and how to approach something. So we have 2 of Pentacles here, which could represent 2 businesses or 2 talents that come together to form a new business, or 2 people coming together in a partnership that give birth to something such as a project, an idea, or a community. So this is talking, thank you so much, Alana Fairchild. So this is, if you're an artist or writer and you're feeling creatively blocked, then this number combination is telling you that you can benefit from working with others for a time, and to be patient because you're incubating or carrying your idea. So it's in that process before it's being born. So it'll become something new very soon. So what's happening here is this is like you're waiting for this external force, this other person, or you're waiting for, this is referring to an art exhibition or in connection to a loved one. So relationships and partnerships are tied to creativity, but you review them in terms of criminology. Now, what's interesting here is that you have the 9 of Pentacles on the underlying energy. So there's something that's really rich in wealth. And when we don't take your weakness as a negative, because it is totally a positive. We all have weaknesses, and when we harness our weakness, it becomes a strength. So we're doubling down on our abilities, you know. Okay, so it's like you acknowledge something to be lucrative, but you're waiting for the right time. Okay, so 3rd house. So there's something here you find enjoyment in. This is, you know, working on your space and building beauty from it. This is finding that communication energy to speak and connect about the things that you find beautiful, that are dear within. This could be also connecting into that relationship when it's ready. We do have a 1 to 3 month time frame on this reading, so No other reading was like that in this topic. So Page of Pentacles looks over to you in your beauty, in the qualities that you bring or that you possess. This person sees them. This page of Pentacles comes through with this golden opportunity, or it's like you offer them this golden opportunity when you're operating in your abundance, when you're feeling really good, when you're like, okay, today's the day I feel right to speak about this. Peacocks are significant. The birds. So Page of Pentacles. This is talking about this idea brings money. It's abundant. Golden feathers. I just heard golden era. But this comes from, what I'm getting here is that this abundance comes because it's like you've, this past loved one. Because I'm getting, so there's a past loved one and you've also got an ancestral spirit. So, but there's this energy here of this idea being able to manifest because it's meant to, but also too because you've processed pain of loss in the past through you really knuckling down and working on yourself, mastering your projects, especially as an artist. Even though we've got performing arts here, film, TV, radio, stage, there is this artistic ability underneath you because you undertake creative activities. So there's the way that you've harnessed yourself or worked at what you've been working on. So see this here, like what you've been working on, it's like this opportunity comes to you as a perfect fit. So these two come together and they fit perfectly. See how these coins are the same? So one's represented by the heart and the other one comes from speaking from home and family. And these are what ties things together really nicely. So what you've been building upon is like your creative outlets have been coming from up above. Like, so this is, you walking your journey, but also taking in note what you see above you. There's also communication about whether you choose to speak about this past loved one, or this is talking about a past loved one speaking in on this reading. They can come out wherever they like, but they do tend to have sometimes a little bit of structure. So we'll see how that lands for you. So 6 of Cups, this is like you working and refining on your mastered projects through past love, past experiences where you've felt the comfort and enjoyment of others. This is like the inner child and having another inner child that is equally playful and creative. So this is like a shared exploration of love and joy, exploring the world together type of energy. So what this is like working on your things, pulling in from past happiness. You're waiting for your ships to come in. So there's 2 you've left posted into the seagrass here. They stand on their own, which means they can govern themselves. Whatever you've created can govern itself. But you hold one to the sky, one to the air. What does that mean? Because to the right of this, presently, that's what you can speak about. To the left of it in the past is like there is the clouds are shifting. But what this is divine timing, everything happening in the right time. But also too, your purpose unraveling in the right time. Someone else becoming who they are or where they're meant to be at the right time for this connection. So Yeah, this is that energy I was getting before. Like, even though the hand's not on the rail here, but this is the energy I was getting. Someone sort of looking over a balcony, but holding onto a rail at the start of the reading. Yeah, so Two of Cups and Two of Pentacles. So not only is delving into this weakness of yours, Capricorn, going to balance things out, but it also pulls in the timing of others around you, that they start experiencing their own time revelations. So that becomes like this connection becomes ripened when it happens and when it's meant to be, but it happens sooner when you act, when you think you're ready. So it's like things happen in the right time, and that's what divine timing is. It's like you and this other person just happen to be ready at the right time. So things aligning. So these two ideas coming together to form one, these two minds coming together to form one, these two bodies of emotions. That's why I got the two islands coming together, the connecting of the plates. This too is like you and this other person has a same planetary placement somewhere in your chart. You share, whether you have the same moon sign placement, there's something here that connects you to the same planet. Could be just the way of thinking, or could, ooh, what am I getting there? This connection is beautiful because it's like on the inside, in your mind, is very much the same, but on the outside, your appearance is somewhat the opposite. So examples here, we've got one has blonde hair, the other has brunette, brown hair. So that, those type of opposites will appeal. Beautiful. Let's jump into the next house. There is something coming forward. Oh, yes. And you know it. Yeah, I feel like you and this person share the same moon sign. And the reciprocity is actually perfectly balanced. Wow. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay, Capricorn. So the fourth house is all about Cancer. Cancer energy is all about early home, where you grew up, where you came from, where you were born, those type of foundations. So we've got here past loved one, secretary, and loss adjustment. So this energy, past loved one, coming out in the fourth house of Cancer, Capricorn, that's telling me that early on in life, you suffered a great deal of loss through losing a very close person. So this is, either someone in your family, someone you're related to, or someone you were really close to who you grew up with. So that's that energy coming up here. So past loved one, this is, and the green writing is very much tied to your heart. So this person's very close to you. Secretary, this gives me the type of feeling that you were you had some type of responsibility, or you felt responsible for this past loved one. This is how close they are or were to you. So this loss adjustment, this means that when this person had crossed realms, there was a great deal of adjustments that you needed to do. So Capricorn, you've had to grow and ripen within that pain, that past loved one. Okay, getting goosebumps up both thighs. So this is like, feels like energies of both past and present. So we have someone else's energy. We've got the King of Wands. The first thing that screams from this card is loyalty, is fearlessness. This is like this line is giving me fire. Lots of fire. So fire energies are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Spirit's bringing my attention into this staff here. Like, I'm feeling like this is a directive or directions sent from above. So this person or you, this energy showing up for you, especially came out of a workplace. This is someone who's a leader, someone who knows what they're talking about and knows where they're going. Now, the underlying energy here, we've got the Eight of Cups, meaning that it's very hard to see, isn't it? Okay. All right, so you still can't see, right? Okay, so what we've got here is the Eight of Cups. This energy is, this animal was a squid, but this energy is, here we go, here's the past loved one here. Okay. Okay. I'm going to have to find a place for this light. It's not sitting where I want it to. Okay, I'll just pop it there for now. So what we have here is that, so for me, this bird is a connection to a past loved one. So what it is for me, it is for you. There's this staff energy I'm getting from that King of Wands. Okay, so this is like communication from the King of Wands, or this is speaking to the King of Wands. So past loved ones speaking to a leader or a visionaire. If you don't feel that this is your energy, this King of Wands, Capricorn, this is talking about someone in your workplace that you've met. That's that energy they're bringing forward. So this is a Queen of Swords. So this is giving me a feminine energy. Doesn't have to be feminine, but they're speaking about feminine needs. Swords, air energies, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Yellow flowers. I feel like the point of this message from this past loved one is talking about the color yellow. So this is like you seeing something, or they're showing you something with regards to creativity, with regards to, there's some type of production. So see how this past loved one, this bird, its beak is pointing towards judgment in reverse. So this is like, I feel like something maybe you're not aware of, or something you haven't, whoever this is talking about, someone is not aware of being a leader or not aware of a leader. But this fly is attached to this beetle. So this is like, okay, there's something that's coming forth that this past loved one knows about you. Something's coming in. It excites the matters of your heart. So it provides healing, in a sense, from losing this past loved one. But also, there's something about what's coming towards you. It's really emotionally fulfilling. See, this water energy around the cup is swirling, it's magnetic, it's magical, it's in flow. So this is like, you could be connecting in with Pisces energy. So this is like connecting into the deep subconscious or secrets. But, you know, spiritual messages, spirit messages through the Pisces house, okay? Capricorn, just bear with me. I'm working through deciphering these messages. So in regards to a Queen of Cups, so this is someone in the living form operating in their feminine energy. This is slow moving, so someone slowly working on progress. But this is also snails and mushrooms are significant. So this could be, I feel like this card's pointing me towards phases of the day where phases of the night where it shifts to the light. So with mushrooms, these are something that sort of pop up over the nighttime. So this is only visible during the day. So we can't see what's incubating, what's slowly changing in the dark. And when I say in the dark, it's just something we can't see or are not aware of yet. But there's a lot of growth. Even though there's slow moving and something not being noticed just yet, it's really growing. Even though it's slow, it's making good progress. So something being released here from someone's subconscious or a secret with regards to a leap of faith they took to perhaps towards someone that didn't really, they felt like they were an emperor, but it's like they leapt towards this person because they felt like they gave them good structure. But what I'm getting here is that even though this person felt structure with this other person, is talking about the communication is what slipped, what fell apart. Something about information and communication. See, because holding on, so ties to Europe here as well. So holding on, could you imagine hanging and holding on to two swords? Like eventually, you know, someone's gonna let go, in terms of meaning someone's going to speak. When the grip has been released of that communication is free to flow. But someone's holding on to this information. And this is also someone who looks for attention. Even though this is the male peacock has the feathers, I'm getting strong feminine energy from this card. There's a situation that, so feathers and peacock feathers are significant to a feminine, where a connection couldn't be contained or couldn't be held the same. Page of Pentacles in reverse. This means that, like, because of this disconnection, there was also a disconnection of money. So perhaps this is also a past loved one. But this is a past loved one who looks, I feel like one is present, speaking presently about what they see around your aura, your energy. This card is giving me autumn because leaves falling, so shedding for growth. There's also a sense of seeing something from its center point. This is a focus on magic lore, so lore in the physical and lore in the spiritual. And it's communicating about the things that are really powerful, really the things that are used intellectually for power, to guide, to persuade. So there's something about working through these energies, because you've got two past loved ones showing up in the underlying energy. Both past loved ones are connected to air energies, or speaking about an air energy. Something about connecting to what they're speaking about, Capricorn. This gives you an opportunity to step forward and feel a bit more free-flowing with your emotions. It's like you can chill on your emotions and float on them now and hold the value of where they used to be kept. So for example, if you are holding some type of stress emotion in your body, Capricorn, this means that that emotion, that pain, is being released from your body, and you're acknowledging that, and you're able to use that releasement as a source of energy to keep you cool, to keep you balanced, to keep you in flow with your environment. So the pink flowers are significant. Even though orange was called out at the start, this orange flower is turning pink. So what you're seeing creatively through your artistic visions, or what's your past loved one here, Spirit, is speaking about, is that you're able to heal through creativity. And I feel like that's also how you've processed that adjustment to loss in the past. This is feeling freed by the emotions. But also too, I feel like this is your thoughts and your energy. Someone or something, perhaps this is your energy towards your past loved one, that, you felt that their time, it was too early for them to go. Because perhaps maybe you still seen that inner child in that person, whether that person was older than you or younger than you. There was an innocence about, or a freshness about this past loved one that you felt true to your heart. They weren't meant to go at that time. What we have here is the King of Pentacles upright, and this card particular draws me into Taurus really, really strong, back into being firm about what you see, to believe, and how you choose to charge at your values. Because this is wealth. This is a concept where someone is a business owner or a business leader. But what I'm getting in contradiction of these two cards is that this Hierophant in reverse. So maybe this person or this leader works with the higher energies, the higher beliefs. So higher education, higher beliefs in spiritualism, religious beliefs, things that can't be seen but are known and taught. These are traditions. But this energy is like, the traditions are respected and reflected externally, but it's also respecting what traditions don't enliven this leader. What I'm getting here is these two past loved ones are together and connected on the other side. So if this Taurus energy is doing all this heavy lifting in the physical realm, then the mind of the Taurus, or the value, the person who's providing all this value as the leader, is receiving this value from higher means. But also this Hierophant with the Two of Wands, this gives me this energy that you, or this business leader, this visionaire, someone's connecting to the other side. These two past loved ones are in this reversal for me. This means that, okay, so not in the physical realm, but in the spiritual realm, these two are together on the other side. Yellow and orange are significant. So yellow and orange connects these two past loved ones. The yellow and orange connected these two past loved ones symbolically in their life when they were alive. This is speaking, so it's this is very playful energy on the other side, and what's coming through are really good outcomes. So this is a Christmas beetle again. Not so much Christmas, but the beetle. That beetle is, see the fly. So what you were not seeing before, or what someone's about to start seeing, is major transformations in how they value themselves, what's in their life, money coming. This is also being able to find peace within some type of legacy that you've built for yourself in connection with these past loved ones. I'm also getting like some type of collateral being created in honor of the past loved ones, and like monetary value. There's something there that makes those items so valuable because they were created in essence for the past loved one. That's why they are valuable, because other people who are connecting to those pieces are sensing the connection to the other side. So they're sensing that creative outlet that you've tapped into to create these pieces in the physical form that reflect your past loved ones. So in a way, this is how someone's been able to adjust to the things that you have felt have been taken from them too soon. So we had two past loved ones. They are together on the other side. But this is also you connecting in with your spiritual energy. Spirituality and religion being the opposite house. So 4 and 10. So this is the work that you've done in terms of creating and relaying the message, and whatever you've done to honor your past loved ones, Capricorn, it's in relation to your purpose, because something you've done to help heal yourself, others are seeing that connection point there, and you'll be able to bring that together with your spiritual or religious means. And that's really creative, it's really fun. And this is where that connection, that energy comes together. So this card's giving me that connection to the other side. That fish isn't not speaking to another fish, but it feels like it is. So this energy is communication that's connecting from different realms. See, we've got air and water here. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini is air, and water is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. What we have here is ultimate healing, healing being able to take place, nurturing. And what was held on too tight before, that was causing that pain inside the body, that stagnation, that worry, is being released now. So this 10 of Wands here, this is no longer anything karmic that you hold in your body. It's gone now, because you're using that energy to transport you now, to transform you. So being aware of those places we hold that energy, and by you creating these means and bringing them forth, it's healing. It's healing you, it's healing others. Wow. So I'll just connect in with those spiritual energies on the other side. Please feel free to convey your messages throughout Capricorn's reading as we get to the end, throughout the reading. Okay. Thank you so much, higher self and spirit guides. Let's move into the next house for Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, so the 5th house is Leo. This is, you know, romance, creativity, children. Speaks about potentially gambling, so the things you take risks on, the things that give you pleasure. Okay, so do a quick shuffle. We've got architects and landscape, midwife, mushroom, cinema and theatre, and emotional. So I just wanted to point out as well, the last house, orange and yellow, was really significant. So I'm just going to read out all the yellow cards here. Secretary, architects, landscape, midwife, mushroom, cinema, theatre, defense, bar. So those are like perhaps spirits speaking through that past loved one, could be speaking through to those yellow points. What we've got here, so yellow in the 5th house is something you're starting to see. But what I realized here while I was just shuffling off recording here, Capricorn, is that like architects and landscape. So let's think about that for a second. We've got someone who has a building and engineering structured mind, and they come into some type of environment, and they look at the stability of that environment to see whether the structure they have in mind can be supported in that environment. The same with the midwife. So a midwife is dealing with someone who's growing something, right? So this is another person inside their body. But a midwife is speaking to, guiding that birth, guiding that transition. So the midwife would also talk about what sort of things have to be put in place in the environment for to be structurally supportive for that child. We've got mushrooms here. So what I just felt Spirit just showed me in my mind was that someone significant in your life was born on that time, like the time of evening or morning when mushrooms sprout. This is also talking about those type of environments, so wet, dense and dark, with minimal light, so from the moon. I just, mushroom. Yeah, so creating a space. What we have here is cinema and theatre. So this is there's something you see before it enters an environment. So there's something you know. This is just creatively. All right, we have emotional in red. So emotions tied to the heart chakra and also the root. Okay, so let's see. What do we have here? Architects, landscape, midwife, mushroom, cinema and theatre, emotional for Capricorn in the 5th house. We are talking about what you can be paid for. All right. Big energy here. What we have is intelligence. So something about a transformation in values, or times when you were felt alone during transitions. There's so see this, look at this card, it fell right over intelligence. Cornering supply and distribution. Tattoo artist. So this is speaking about the way you see something come together. And only you see it that way because of the pain that you went through. So this is like whatever those, whatever you felt you carried deep within your body, Capricorn, this is talking about because you went through that, you were able to see something in a very infinite way, an intelligent way. There's something here within your mind, Capricorn, that sky's the limit. Like there are no limitations to your thoughts, your designs, or how you see something being interplayed in a new environment. Because there's something about connecting these things is important. So what's the underlying energy here for Capricorn? So what this gives me is, because of some type of, something you couldn't get past in the past, there's a sense that you work on these things to give yourself a feeling of freedom. When I say feeling of freedom, there was an uneasiness to someone wanting to speak about feeling free, or someone speaking about you feeling free and they don't like it. Because what this is that someone needs to be relieved from the everyday stresses and pressures. But what is bothering you or this other person is we've got magical law, physical or spiritual. But there's a contradiction here, because in the physical form, that's where the headache is. Spiritually, there's no worries. So where the problem lies is in time, on the straight line. So there's something here where someone would like to give in, or spirit would like you to give in to feeling free, releasing those headaches and tensions. But there's something here, it's like someone's not wanting to give in to those feelings because they're not feeling justified. They don't feel safe to open up. So this could also be spirit acknowledging what is happening in your mind with regards to creations is justified. So maybe spirit saying, hey Capricorn, we acknowledge what you're thinking about and we see what you're designing in your mind. You should go ahead, So instead of worrying about how it's going to work out, just go with the emotions. Go with the flow. Because our emotions are our internal compass for our spiritual guides. So if you're ignoring your emotions, then you're ignoring your needs. Okay, Capricorn, I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but you could be dealing with someone who's doing that as well. So I'm just reading the energy. Wow. So this Justice card here is, this is spiritual justice. This is spiritual justice over time, see? Because this is that fine line, that straight line. And we have the wheel of fortune. Good outcomes, being freed by both positive and negative attributes to a certain situation. But this is knowing that what you're thinking about and bringing into creative means, whether that's working with children, actually being an architect, working in landscape, being a midwife, mushrooms. So this is talking about, fruit and vegetables, especially the ones that grow through the night. Cinema and theatre. So these 4 cards give me an awareness of the underlying, the underneath. And because of that, there's something that's very freeing about this. It's very positive. It's like, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 coins here. 4 coins for wheels. So where you've been let down 5 times in the past, Capricorn, there's something here where you're going to be feeling really spiritually justified. And you're going to feel the abundance, the richness of this. You're going to feel free. Something about connecting in with your mind. And, see, look at this, Capricorn. Addressing your needs, verifying what you value emotionally in the physical form gives you the key to absolute happiness, right? So when you're done, when you're ready, to to shed the dark, the heavy feelings of those emotions, you can just put that key in that door and you come to the other side. So from the 5 to the 10, where trivial things, not trivial, but things that have kept you, and you know what this is, those specific things, and there are 5 of those things that have kind of held you back from you pursuing your true happiness. And what this is saying is you're identifying that you don't need to sit in this worry or this heaviness, because you deserve every bit of happiness. Especially for all that support to others that you'd given in the past. You deserve happiness. And this is also, what I'm getting from this is that this house, you're being freed by your creative means. So how you apply yourself, especially if you're any of these, if you do any of these things, or if you're just applying to the knowledge of these things, the concept of these things, it's whatever bad karma that you felt like you had to endure, it's gone now. It's being freed. It's being released. Beautiful. So the Hierophant's upright. This is you knowing and connecting with your higher source, is your infinite intelligence, your guidepost. So no matter where you are on those 8 figures of wands, Capricorn, even if you're on the red post, your red post will still take you to where the rest of the posts are pointing. So you cannot be misguided here. This is your insight. Your insight. Trust in your insight. So what I'm getting here is that someone in particular on their life journey acknowledges that self-love must be the ultimate attribute to spiritualism, to success in life, to happiness in love. Being at one with self, aligned within. It's like also a need for no other to fill, because to fill you, because it's like what you know within your mind and what you feel within your heart, and how you practice those parts of you. There's a sense that you're waiting for a new beginning. You're waiting for things to come in. You're waiting to reap what you sow, essentially, but you're also doing that while you're chilling out. Also, what I feel like Spirit's giving me here is you're not aware of someone who is considering, someone's considering to fund you, to finance your needs. So someone's in the thinking stage about whether they should provide you your financial needs to get these things going, because they're seeing that, when they see that someone's operating in their infinite intelligence, people are wanting to invest in you because they see that you're a sure thing. They see that what you've lived through, you've learnt through. What you've lived through, you've learnt to grow through. And this is your intelligence. There's something here where you can look from all the perspectives and still find peace and speak through one mechanism to deliver your message. So there's something here where you're doing your inner work, or you're alone. Ooh, a surprise visit is what I'm getting. So see how this energy here. See, you're in hermit mode, alone mode. So when you meditate in your awake state, like during the day and you go to meditate, this is you tapping into your inner child within your inner realm. See, your bubble. And then within your mind, this is where you are. You're levitated in another world. And so while you're levitating in another world, there's also something you're intuitively seeking to find successful means. There's something here that maybe your drive is to free others as well. And see, these eyes are closed, but you can see them through the eyelids. So this high priestess can see even when her eyes are closed. Or this is someone who dreams when they're asleep, but their dreams are giving them I wanted to say conditions to understand, to work through. Now, when you're connecting in with yourself, there's a sense of, like this is you working through reciprocity, equal give and take. This to me is like you giving and getting equal give and take from your higher means as well. Because reversals could be read through to the higher realms, or they could be read to the negative, low vibration frequencies. This is my fame card in this deck. This is success. See how all those, what I got, remember from this reading here, we had the two past loved ones together, and they were both, those birds were both holding pieces of plants representing growth and connection to the heart. And all these pieces have been woven together into a ring, a circular figure that promotes passion, success, and connection to growth. There is something here where someone feels they have to give up happy family for some type of success, or this is like, because like what this feels like here, I've never seen this card before, but this is like spiritual acknowledgement. You walking just in a normal place, but spiritual energies around you. You feel them, acknowledge you, and you acknowledge them. Maybe you're helping others work through unhappy family energies. Or people who couldn't take inspired action to create families because of some type of disconnection from their childhood, a disconnection through loyalty from others. And through this disconnection, there's been too many secrets for others to sift through, so they've been tiptoeing and stepping around, feeling on guard, not feeling free enough to discuss or open up with regards to matters of home and heart. When others can find balance through physical and spiritual means, they understand. They begin to understand the laws of physical and spiritual means. And that comes back down to intelligence through life experience. This is your personal truths that you know to be true through your own sight, your own being. So whatever you experience on the outside, I feel like you come back to a self, Capricorn, and you reflect. So this is also refining and developing your intelligence through your creativity. I like that energy. There's a lot of escalation here. Even though one's eyes might be closed, they aren't. They're open in other realms. Ooh. Spirit wanted me to say hi, Capricorn. Let's move into the next house. Okay, Capricorn, 6th house is Virgo. The question we ask here is, what does the world need from you? So this is like your daily grind. But don't worry too much. These are the things that come easy to you, that you can contribute back to the world, and the world loves you for it. So what we have here is security guards and performing arts. soulmate, whether platonic, romantic, healing, growth, defense, better than expected. So just offset, just then I was reviewing this energy, channeling what could possibly come up, and the song Tony Braxton, Unbreak My Heart, came up. I need your arms to hold me now. The nights have been so unkind. Bring back the days when I held you beside me. Unbreak my heart. Say you love me again. Ooh. I'm getting a lot of goosebumps. So whether that's connected to a past loved one, or like those, something about those words, because we've got defense with soulmate here. So this, whether like, see, we've got love for gestures and performing, and connection to love and expressing the soul through other people. But there's also a lot of security guards and defense around this expression of the soul. What's here is that when your defense mechanisms are secured, when you have your security in place, things turn out better than expected. That song keeps coming in. Say you love me again. Ooh, that's like towards the end. So I was pulled straight up towards these cards, which is unusual. Okay. All right, let's see, Capricorn. All right, so we've got Hunter here. Someone of a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Also could be a surfer too, because this energy is like, looks like they're surfing. Kulaman, I'm not familiar with the language. But it is implying hunter here, so someone who goes out. What does this person hunt? This person hunts, kisses and hugs. They also look for emotional connections. Lots of boomerang energy here. If these aren't boomerangs, you know, things coming and going, coming back to source. But this person walks in transformations. Blue, so communication and speaking about matters of the heart, where you've connected to hug and kiss others, perhaps. The cycles of love, the energies are also too. Leo, in How to Discover Your Life's Purpose, actually had, I'm pretty sure they had soulmate land in the same house, so whether there's a connection to a Leo as well. But for Leo, it was about they had to speak about their soulmate journey to the world to help heal the world. So there's something about that. Maybe you'll find, Capricorn, when you open up to performing, or performing, when you step out and show people what you need from them, there's something here that really turns out for the better. So what's the underlying energy here, Spirit? All right, so we've got a Muggle hunter in reverse. Now, without knowing that language, okay, so maybe these are water tribes and these are desert tribes. So, someone who navigates speaking and emotions where the underlying energy is someone looking for successful outcomes. But when I hear muggles, also ties me to Harry Potter, so someone who isn't tied into magical analogies, spiritual analogies, cultural analogies, religious analogies, that type of stuff. So someone who's completely oblivious to B, C, D, Z. They only focus on A. The connection here is that the external energy, this water being or water person, or person who's speaking about matters of hearts, also attracts people who see, okay, I want to show you this. Like, can you see here how the external environment is yellow, where this person's internal environment is yellow? So this is bringing an attraction here. Something you speak about or your aura connects other people who haven't considered the type of things you've lived through. But it's necessary for them to learn, because there's something about the way you deliver your connection to others. It awakens others that never thought they could access by means before. So there's something about you expressing your needs and through others that the world is attracted to you. And what I'm getting here is that I'm getting a feeling of Capricorn that it's like, these aren't my people. Like, or maybe like you didn't want to attract these type of people, but sometimes the content that we release chooses its audience, or it speaks to the particular audience. And usually when we start delivering messages, we already know who that audience is. But because this is a new topic for people who haven't understood what you're speaking about, you're starting to notice a new wave of people come through, acknowledge you. So Libra, Scorpio, and I believe Sagittarius. So you're attracting people who have an interest in partnerships. You're attracting people who want to transform their partnerships. Oh, I see. Okay, Capricorn, you're attracting people who have perhaps thought they were with a soulmate but have ended up in a defense-like situation. So maybe you're speaking about the karmic energies applied to what people consider soulmates without having any knowledge of what a soulmate is. So maybe clarifying that through your own experience, others can actually be educated, because we've got Sagittarius here, which is education, high beliefs, high knowing, and you've got ancestor spirit there. So these people are feeling connected through to you by the words that you speak. But what it actually is that because you're speaking through ancestor spirit, or there's something about that where people feel connected to you ancestrally. And these are people you don't expect to be connected to you ancestrally. So what I'm getting here is past life ancestor connections, because we're aware of this life ancestor connections, but you have past life ancestor connections with these people. They may seem odd for this connection to be attached to you, but there is a far more deeper meaning as to why these people seek you out, why the world needs this from you. I'm getting a lot of, I got bird totems, so someone has the letter A in their name. And for the letter R, so I'm getting that in reverse. There's a T in the name. There's a V in a name. And a W. Okay. Ooh. 6 to 3. So reciprocity, where there aren't equal give and take, people come back to mind, body, spirit within self. So perhaps these people are seeking mind, body, spirit connections with who they think are soulmates. But when you speak about your experience, there's something that you awaken growth in others. They get growth from the root home family where they grew up, where they came from, because what they learn as a child in their child environment dictates their future until they are aware of these cycles occurring in life. Say, for example, they come and hear you speak, or they come and connect with your artistic pieces, and they get goosebumps because there's something they're connecting to much deeper, and they don't know why, but you're starting to see this. See? These people you're dealing with have gone through conflicts with others, but it's causing them internal conflicts that they can't resolve. So seeking closure within self without that other person about. And this means that you're helping people challenge their Gemini energy, meaning that their dualistic natures, meaning the dark and the light side of one person, how they behave versus how they think, how they choose to speak. So this is connection to the mind and siblings. So this is working with someone to strengthen their thoughts and using their family background to formulate ways that build security, that make people feel safe when opening up in soul expression relationships. So the world needs this from you because there's something that you've done within your relationships that you've managed to do intelligently. Okay. All right. I'm feeling like we're needing to move into the next house now. Kana Bakano. 1991 is a year of importance, but also too, I'm getting the 90s, 91 were a significant year for a transformation of a water sign. Or it was the year someone chose to work with their emotions. That changed everything moving forward. Someone's seeing the success in the emotional harmonics that operate through the body. And this is something to be worked with. Because to deny the emotional harmonics within one's body, you're denying your own security. I'm not saying you're doing that, but you're working with these people who are denying their own security. Through something they've learned growing up, through home. So maybe their boundaries were pushed as a child, and that's where they struggled to make genuine connections because they weren't showed a genuine connection through youth or childhood. So they think that seeking their genuine connections are their soulmates. But finding a genuine connection within oneself is being intelligent to seek out the true expression of one's soul. So this is that energy I'm getting from this house. And it's something where on the daily grind, the world needs this from you, Capricorn, and you're able to do this very easily. Easily. Let's move into the next house. Okay, Capricorn, the 7th house is all about Libra, and we asked, what is your profession? So we have here intelligence, supply and distribution. So this is telling me that in your close ties, your partnerships and relationships, these are those people you keep really close to you. So whether that's, your partners, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriends, those type of things. You could also have like parents who you keep really close to you as a close partnership. You might have a best friend who's a really close tie. These are also talking about business partnerships. So how you operate in those close ties and relationships is that people continue their relationship with you, continue connecting with you because of your intelligence, how you operate in your close ties. Now, people will get a source of supply and distribution from you, and they're connecting with you because of the way you know something. You know interaction with another person. So there's something you're really intelligent about when it comes to you and another, or one person and another person. You're able to see what's going on there. Now, what we have here is the theme for the readings in this house is future babies. This is your future child's mother or father, parental lock. So what this is here is that if you're dealing with, for example, a business partner, so this is like someone who, you're working together on a project that is producing support for your future generations. Now, if you're working with someone and having a child with them as well, this might be someone's profession, is to produce children with a particular person that produces babies of intelligence. And there's something about you and that person, the way that you are together produces intelligent children. So there's something about here, parental lock. There is a lot of passion here when you're dealing with your close ties. So there's a lot of love there. There's deep connections to, look, we've got mother, father, child. So unity of oneself. A reflection of oneself is the reflection of themselves through their mother and father, their upbringing. So this is very much understanding that close connections within people. So this energy here is something you've always wanted as a child is about to come true in 1 to 3 months. So we do have 2 time frames here in this reading. I felt like we had 2 time frames. 1 to 3 months is the only time frame here. Okay. All right. So intelligence, supply and distribution. Capricorn in Libra's energy. What is their mission? Sorry, profession. Oh, okay. So this was a combination of you and someone else's energy. Especially something that you built together with someone else. So we've got here tailor-made dressmaker, bar and bungee jumping. So something that was leapt towards, you and someone else just like quickly leapt towards it and started building on something together, started designing things. Now, source of fire. So yeah, 2 hands. Whether this is the left and the right mind coming together, connection with the higher self and the shadow self, but this is, whether one hand this way and the other hand's coming together. The palms are up. So palms up means honesty, truth. And there's a lot of fire here, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But this is passion for connection. Air energy here. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini ignites that fire energy. So, working Aquarius in their social energies, Libra within partnerships, and Gemini, the dualistic nature of the mind, oneself, and then how they think. And we're talking about these fire energies here. So Aries, upon one's self-appearance, how they see themselves in the world. Leo, this is the passion and creativity for your romantic projects. And Sagittarius, this is a belief bringing all of those things together, the air and fire. The knowledge of all of those things. Oh, this feels really strong, like really strong. There's a definite certainty here. The palms are facing up, so where the connection comes, the truth comes where the connection meets. And so we've got a lot of contrasting energies here. So You and this other person connect really well intuitively, especially on matters of transformation and change. Or these are the people you choose to build intelligent relationships with. People who have a contrasting mind, that dualistic approach. They see the dark and the light. They understand that when the sun sets, the moon comes. You know, night falls upon the moon. And then day breaks. So with that perfect cycle, intuitively knowing that cycles and changes are occurring, it's like these zebras. So it's walking to see the truth. There's these two hands again. Truth around the sight, what people see in the mind's eye. What they see and choose to look at with passion and desire. So this is an intuitive force that focuses on passionate negative drives and passionate positive drives. Orange eyes, so that orange sunlight, that orange globe color again, the yellow and orange. This purpose, you might be wearing yellow or orange, something as simple as a garment or a piece of clothing. Or this person might be wearing orange when you connect. Orange is, and I'm getting like that's the sun energy, success with the moon, sun and the moon. Seeing into the dark, where there is enough light to show. You and this other person connect on matters of home, family, where you grew up, where you came from. So there's an intuitive connection there. You connect easily intuitively because of a similar upbringing. And these are what drives the passions forward. It's like when you are with this person, things feel slow motion, but things actually move very quickly in spiritual form. So a lot of spiritual activity comes together when you spend time with this other person or other people in these partnerships. We've got the two dogs here. This is giving me Scorpio's energy for Scorpio's reading, but in Libra's house. So this is like finding loyalty between day and night, finding loyalty between the transition of both, bringing them backwards and forwards. Because this connection here, when the wolf howls, the other hears, and it listens in resonance. Also, when this wolf howls, the spiders come down. It's giving me that Charlotte's Web analogy, that storyline. Someone here speaks loyal about matters that are cold, so things that aren't touched often because they're just uncomfortable. But see how, you know, when you make an unusual high-pitched sound with a dog, they turn to lift their head up and turn their ears, like it's like a, what was that? So the announcement of this first howl is an unusual vibration. And it sends some type of sensations to the root and the heart, and it brings peace. There's something that's connecting here on something that couldn't be birthed. So in past times, maybe you were working on something that you felt like you couldn't finish, and it was the same for this other person or these other people. They couldn't bring something forward, but the timing with regards to bringing peace to growth and home and growth is when the time is ready for birth. So connection to Taurus energy and the yellow and orange light, success. So orange and pink, yeah. Pink flowers, orange flowers and lights. Heavy on the Taurus energy in this reading. So this is like, well, if you're not finding that energy attached to a Taurus, this might be you embodying Taurus's energy, meaning that you're finding beauty in value. in physical value. I've got deep and sincere protection from this animal as well. This animal sees growth and walks to the light. The light is a creative one, and it ones that comes from the inner child, or creating for children, or creating with children. What's that? I feel like Spirit's saying, you'll have to Google the year of the monkey, the Chinese New Year of the monkey, but something about waiting for, spiritually it's the right time. And that connection comes through. And it is seen and understood. So Capricorn, this is like, whoa, you're feeling like, oh wow, okay, that's the energy I give to my close ties. But what you're being gifted is the same back. So how you've been supplying and distributing for others, you are about to receive the same in return. Let's jump into the next house. Capricorn, in the 8th house is all about Scorpio's energy. We asked, what is your mission? So we have legal, tattoo artist, recreation, fun activities, sewing and designing. The Scorpio's energy is all about transformation and change. So this is like your mission to change things. You've got a mission here, Capricorn, to change something legally. So something legally isn't serving your purpose. And your purpose here in the 8th house, your mission seems to be to create more fun legalities. So create mechanisms that have structure for fun. So there's a sense here, sewing and designing, you're patching things together. You're bringing something together that fits, that shows beauty on the surface, and that is the correct way to do things. So let's see what this energy is. This is, Scorpio and Capricorn energy, so, relating to a Scorpio person. But generally that's the energy. So let's see, why is legal, tattoo artist, recreation, fun activities, sewing and designing here for Capricorn's mission? Nice. Okay, so this is an influence of someone else's energy, especially coming from the radio. This was received in the morning. It's going to be received in the morning, so this could in the next 1 to 3 months, but there's something here where your mission to change, you're hearing some type of information and you get this idea inspired from some type of film or TV station or radio station, or you see something that's performed on stage and you get this idea. You're like, oof, whoa. Now there's a red feather on the Page of Wands head, meaning that this idea that comes to you through this experience is that it is an angelic one for home and family where you came from. So red and yellow here, you're bringing this creative connection down to home. This is that idea. And you expect it to work well. This is a certain one. This feels really sure. Feels really, really sure. Yeah, so Page of Wands on the bottom and Page of Wands on the top, underlying energy, 2 of Wands on the bottom. So same colors here, same color schemes, orange, yellow, and red. Creative success, drawing ideas down to home, family, where you grew up, where you came from. Now that could be relevant for people and how you see them, how they grew up, where they came from. You're waiting for, this is a creative idea, but you're waiting for things to come in now. Something on the bottom. Knight of Pentacles. You're waiting to, so this idea requires a bit of hard work, and you're starting to see that a structured routine is coming into place, you know, patching things together to make sure that this idea comes to life. So there's something here where maybe you pull away from love situations, or if you're not pulling away from love situations, you're addressing situations of love that have none. So, you know, maybe addressing a child's upbringing where they were lacking a parent, or where they were lacking a partner. Perhaps maybe one of them passed away. But this is lacking someone in love. So this idea builds upon the lack of love, and also the lack of the ability to be balanced and to see things clearly emotionally. So this is helping people with burdens, emotional love burdens. And people who have been, you know, they don't have any confidence because they've been stripped down by all of the burdens that weren't theirs, seeking love. This also gives me the energy of, you know, others not doing the right thing by others. It could also be reflected that they weren't shown or taught the correct way to treat others. So therefore there's this lack of love in connections. And you see this. This is a nurturing quality within you, and this is that earth energy I'm picking up within you, Capricorn. Also coming to that first house energy and the second house, the journey of going backwards and forwards. When you backtrace your steps, you're not going backwards, you're reconfirming things. So redefining. Needle in a haystack. That's who you are. And I feel like when people can get access to you, that's when this big change happens. People see that where they were living were in illusions. It was misguided truths. Because of how they were feeling, it was confusing. And where there's confusion, there's a lack of certainty and happiness. So there's like not knowing where to go to find this happiness within love of family. So there's, I really want to know what type of film, TV or radio, something you see or hear brings this idea. You don't have to tell me your idea, but I'd like to know what, you know, because our higher self shows us things every second of every day. And if we're awakened to being balanced in who we are and what we want, we notice these things that our higher self shows us. So you're helping perhaps other people. You get this, get this idea. I see it. That's how I'm going to make these things in my life. But this is, you know, seeing that through others and seeing others walk away from unhappy situations because they're looking for balance. They're looking to balance what they value, and they don't want to be taken for granted for what they have around them versus what they actually give inside them for others to value. So with this in mind, you're having this acknowledgement, or you're seeing this analogy play out through this idea. And you see the work that's required, you see who it's for and what it's about, and you begin to take that leap forward. When you start a new project or start something brand new, people who don't like change will not celebrate it, and that's okay. That change isn't for them, Capricorn. The change is for the people that you think it isn't for, okay? So when this comes through, note that any sort of rebellious energy of people, note that I feel like that's what you're meant to do. So You know, these people will be receiving messages and they'll know the work that you're doing is what you're meant to be doing, and they'll see the impact in the future. So what's actually happening here is that these people can't see the way to heal themselves because they're being manipulated through injustices. So, and this is, you know, through injustices of it's not the truth. And what they've learned to study isn't serving them for their highest means. It's causing them their own injustices. So Capricorn, in a way, it's like Spirit showing me you stepping away from these energies to get what you need to get done. These people will come around eventually, once they've cleared out their karmic energies. Because things aren't moving for others because they're not working on what they need to work on. And when you go into hermit mode, you see exactly what it is people need to work on. So it's like you're finding a way to implement something, a tool or an idea, requires a bit of work, but you see that it works. So it's worth all of the hard work that others don't see that needs to go into it. This is also reflecting on past situations that where you didn't reap what you sowed because of others. You know what I mean? This card upright is a solitary energy putting into their work methods and getting more, getting out what they put in. But this in reverse is that, like, you know, dealing with other people who can't go within to get the value from themselves. So it's finding a way to do that. Extracting the value from within oneself. This Page of Cups here is like, it brings curiosity, because it's intuitively enlightening. What is seen in reflection here is the communication of the person's environment. And what this is someone who's coming out of poverty or out of nowhere to go. They're starting to see that emotions and intuition is actually the first form of abundance. So helping others realize who are going through stresses over love matters between one and another, socially and through partnerships. There's stress here, and there's something you're working out to address that problem through higher means. Because it's like you want to put a stop to this unhappy families. You want to find, you know that the ruling of all unhappiness is lies, stealing, cheating, opportunists finding ways to take more through reciprocity. But what these people don't realize is that the more they steal and take, the more they lose themselves, their connection to their righter self, their right way. So people, when people don't focus on themselves, they focus on you. And you should be focusing on you like you are. Don't worry about those other people. They need to focus on building their intuition just as you are. That's how you gained your intelligence, by working with people and understanding this energy backwards and forth. Expression of love, expression of needs. So your higher self is bringing this back to you in reflection of what you're seeing. And this is your mission to change and bring things forward. So you're getting an awesome idea and you're starting to see, and you're working with, it's like the hard work lies where the ignorance is. And to sift through the ignorance and bring people to intelligence, there's the hard work. But you're laying out that course, that structure for people to somehow understand it through fun, by going through these patches you've put forward. They can follow the designs. This past loved one is saying that a Page of Pentacles is coming in. So you are successfully manifesting money, or a past loved one is finding spiritual needs to bring that money to you through to the 4th house. So home, family, where you grew up, where you came from. Okay, so that past loved one is helping with those financial needs. They're doing that work on the other side. Oh, thank you. Yeah, because there's something where you've had to go through. I feel like people have judged you as well while you were grieving. They judged you unfairly, and they also took opportunities and money away from you while you were grieving, is what I'd got. So this is like spirits acknowledging that, and they want to bring, they want to bring that knowledge forward so that you don't have to walk away from what's meant for you, especially in situations that leave you feeling too vulnerable to deal with. So you've got good outcomes here. The Wheel of Fortune, this is destiny, this is fate. And that passed over loved one on the other side is saying that money is coming in for you, because either the way you're manifesting or the way that you will bring this plan together will be successful, and you will find this financial support that you need to come through. Let's jump into the next house. Capricorn, so in the 9th house is Sagittarius's energy. So we ask, what is your first award or achievement? What we have here in the 9th house is forensic, sculpture, ancestor spirit. Now, with this reading, because you've gone backwards and forwards in terms of reflecting your journey and the intelligence, how you maneuver between close ties, partnerships, and relationships, there's like a blessing that you have, but you didn't think it was real. Now, ancestor spirit has many meanings, but the energy I'm getting from this is that through your bloodline there was an ancestor who lived in that past life who had a forensic investigation applied to their passing. And so what this is that particular ancestor spirit, I feel like has blessed you to correct something that had gone wrong in the family line. So what I'm also getting from this is that when you work in your close ties, your partnerships and relationships with this intelligence, this is not only your experience, but your ancestor spirit speaking through to these people. And this is like also that connection as to why they don't know why they feel so connected, but they are. And these are people you don't usually gel with. But there's something about those people's past lives where they're connecting into your ancestor spirit. Or there's something about their karmic energy in this lifetime where it has to be corrected through you. Or it has to be learnt through you. Something interesting about that. I'm going to pull out the occult deck. Alright, so ancestor spirit, sculpture, forensic. This is your first award or achievement. Maybe you were able to clearly perceive a message from your ancestor spirit and it was received correctly in the physical form. Sculpture, forensic, ancestor spirit. Why is this here for Capricorn as their first award or achievement? Okay, so we've got the Tower and the Three of Cups, not wanting to hit the map board. But what we're talking about here is promoter of discord, war, arguments, and falsehood, gives generous responses. Reconciles friends, tells the past, present, and future, gives dignities and honors. I feel like this is you. You have some type of forensic insight that you can see how things appear on the surface. So there's something here where you're able to see like an argument break out, or you know something's going to happen, but this is you speaking in and stepping in, or this could be ancestor spirit speaking in and stepping in through you to diffuse that argument. Because this is talking about diffusing war, diffusing arguments and lies between friends. And this is alleviating any past wrongs, okay, so that the present and future can be respected. Bears is significant. Someone who's really tall and hairy, like I could be describing a person, or I could be describing a spiritual being. Okay. Because what I feel like this ancestor spirit had gone through some type of argument, and they were blamed for something they didn't do. And so something come of this. And now if you know your ancestry, that's amazing. You know who I'm talking about, Capricorn. But if you feel connected to this message and you feel like you need to research a bit more about your bloodline, please do so, because your ancestor is asking you to do that. There's something here where you will get clarity, and I'm getting goosebumps everywhere. There's something here you're getting clarity to use those skills, your forensic skills, to alleviate problems in the world. Problems between people even alleviates problems in the world. So there's something here where you're stepping in to save people from forensic disasters. So there's that purpose coming through very strong in your energy, Capricorn, because we've got legal, forensic, and past, present, and future. So say, oh, here's an interesting, the spirit just gave me. In a past life, you were that ancestor spirit. And in a past life, that person who took you out in that past life is the person who is your friend in this life. So the energy about that is diffusing the same negative past cycles from occurring in your bloodline. So this person who took your ancestor spirit out yonks ago, years ago, the energy still lingers in the earth that you maneuver on. That energy still lingers through the blood that pumps through your body, through your ancestry line. So whatever happened to your ancestor in the past, your life here is correcting that wrong. And your ancestor is very proud. You'll be receiving a confirmation soon. Oh, okay. You're getting a 2-for-1 deal from Spirit. I read my physical messages in timing to spiritual ones, because we've got here, you're getting a 2-for-1 delivery. 2-for-1. So maybe you have like 2 connections to Spirit, ancestor spirit, where you're able to solve, the old saying, 2 birds, 1 stone. Like, you're able to solve two karmic issues within a bloodline, within one issue, like, because this same cycle has been occurring through generations. And I feel like it stops with you now, Capricorn. This is you resurrecting. You've been gifted that forensic eye, and you've been also gifted the connection to your ancestor spirit. So seeing trouble before it comes and alleviating it. The underlying energy here is that ancestor spirit, some type of sculpture, culture, is that something was stolen. And the thing that was stolen was used on a daily basis to connect in some type of cultural means, or this, whatever was stolen from this person, they couldn't be themselves anymore. They couldn't continue. And what was stolen from this person is their intellect, their words, their knowledge. What was also affected with this ancestor spirit is that spirits at tombs and change the places of the dead. So what happened here is that this ancestor spirit was moved after they had passed. So know that I'm not speaking about this past loved one. I'm speaking ancestry. So this could be, you know, depending on your access to your ancestry, this could be a good couple hundred of years. But this person, your ancestor, was stolen from, and people stole your ancestors' knowledge. They stole their words, and they moved that ancestor where that ancestor was buried, or their place of symbolic significance was moved. That's very heavy energy. Please put in the comments below if you know who this ancestor is, and say, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because that's a huge tie. So okay, Queen of Pentacles, you in this lifetime, you've been gifted with financial support, even though you felt like you've had to do it on your own. You've been gifted with the abundance, the skills, the abilities, the mechanisms that you need to become intelligent, to deliver this information, to change these cycles. Makes one wise and teaches everything. You're teaching everything to your close ties, and your ancestor spirit works through you. So this is you know, turning any metal into gold, transmutes water into wine. So instead of it being an emotional substance, it's become something that could be purchased. What I'm getting here, Capricorn, is that people will buy into your knowledge because it was taken from you in your ancestor's spirit in a past life. So that knowledge is being re-gifted to you for that change to occur in this life. What we have here is you being awarded with your highest achievement, the Hierophant. So you, Capricorn, if you tap into astrology, watch the planets, seek the stars, do any cloud meditation, this is scoping the planets and their houses, similar to what this reading is today. We're not doing planets, we're reading houses and zodiacs. But the planet perspective is from your opinion. And how you understand that perspective is actually what transforms the people you're working with. So where you weren't getting equal give and take in the past from people, it will continue. It won't continue that way. The people are going to start seeing that what you have to offer is actual true knowledge. Now, what you have to put into place here is that I'm getting this forensic defense, so things that need to be structured. So we've got here steals or fetches anything requested. So you've got including money and horses. So either you or your ancestor spirit was dealing with someone stealing more than knowledge. Perhaps you're dealing with someone in this lifetime in the past who was taking money from you or your livestock. And this is like you're becoming aware of who's stealing that now. Because what this is that what your ancestor experienced in that lifetime, there's a sense that you're going through the same energies without passing on. So you're learning that life, that karmic lesson for that ancestor spirit so that you can correct your generations, your ancestor generations. This also too, Capricorn, when you start speaking through your intelligence of your ancestors and through spirit and through science, people are going to start questioning how you get this information. And they will, because they can't work it out. How does Capricorn know this? How does Capricorn fix these things? How does Capricorn prevent all of these tragedies? How are they doing this? It's because you can see things happen before it occurs and you pull them back into positive modes. Because you in this lifetime will not allow that same energy to reoccur as it did in your past with your ancestor spirit. It cannot happen this time. And what people don't know about you is that you see everything. You see who's hiding something by their body language. And you also notice things about their surface. You can see beyond people's surface, and it's like your ancestor spirit or your divine source connection gives you information about who you are looking at. This helps you decipher who you need to work with and why you need to work with them. Because what we have here is the devil showing up. And so where people who have misjudged you, they're going to start feeling worse than ever because they are denying themselves of their own knowledge by bringing you down, okay? So when other people bring you down, they're only bringing themselves down. You are here for this purpose, and specifically to correct bloodline synchronicities. You'll know that the people who you're not meant to be working with are people who do not care for their future, meaning people who do not care for their future generation, accept child sacrifice, right? So these people who don't believe in you, they're denying themselves of knowledge, and they're also denying their children of knowledge. In essence, in reincarnation, they are denying their future self of good life, of good learnings. They're making it harder for themselves to correct energies and next lives. Now, this ancestor spirit has not needed to come back through to earth because the connection, when you were born, when you signed your contract coming through, on your contract alleviated this ancestor spirit from coming back in. So in essence, you have a team of ancestors working with you to help you solve your life purpose this lifetime. So know that anyone who goes against you, they're building negative karmic cycles for future generations, especially for their children. Those who don't look after their children, they don't even think to consider educating their children as a necessity, because in a sense this is controlling them rather than guiding them. Yeah, controls the weather, rain and lightning. So this is dictating the way that the children will be brought up. Cures or causes pestilence. So this is like, Capricorn, you've had to deal with a lot of pushback energies. You've had to not physically fight with fists, but you've had to fight with your mind. And what you've had to bring truth to, you've had to bring truth to men and to women with regard to love. And what this is talking about is allowing man and woman to be vulnerable with each other, meaning to be honest. To not use anything to cover up any mysteries, is to wear their heart on their sleeve. to stand in vulnerability and to show who they truly are when walking into relationships, close ties. You help people unmask, you help people see that others are hiding. Okay, let's move into the next house. Okay, so 10th house, Capricorn, your house is all about what is part of your purpose. So here, this is you working with another Capricorn or you embodying your own energy. What we've got here is spirituality and religion, and bungee jump. So this energy here is that you see something that others can't see. You can see, so with this bar energy, it's like you're sitting really high and you can see this bar, which is the standard belief of connecting to spirituality, the standard belief of connecting to whatever religion. There's this bar of standardness of belief and you're jumping right over it. Because you see something that others can't see. You see the bar from above where others are looking from below. So you can jump over the bar, meaning that you're choosing to jump right over that standard way of doing things. So there's something here. Your ancestor spirit is so strong that it drives your belief in your purpose. Okay? So let's see. Spirituality, religion, bar, and bungee jump, part of Capricorn's purpose. Okay, that was nice and quick. Yeah, success, success, success. When you see what you're jumping over, you go. You just jump. You are so sure. So what this is within you, you see all the options presented to you. I feel like in this particular energy on this card is that you know what you're looking for. Because Spirit's not worried. Spirit's like, yeah. He or she will be able to choose what we need them to. So this is also your spiritual team having confidence within you to make the changes when you need them, when others need them. Your options, plant matter, astrology, things of fire, so melting and heat. Also knowledge qualities with love and how people choose to love and value love and money versus home. So this is you looking for growth when you choose your options. What will be the best outcome for me? What will be the best outcome from what I can see? And what you can see is absolute success. You can also see that the way you're working yourself as a spiritual being, you're raising the bar. And I'm also getting to that other people are leaping towards you because there's a sense of trust here. They can trust what you're looking at. Even though they can't see it, they trust that you can. Sunflowers are very, very significant. We have 3 generations here. Mother, daughter, grandchild. 3 spiritual energies around. So these are all spiritual guides of each generation. And the 3 of Wands is talking about waiting for something to come together after hard work, after creative input. This is also you summoning success. It's here and it's now and I'm ready. When I see it, I'm jumping. That's that energy. This is, yeah. When I see it, I'm ready and I'm jumping, which was next, like, you know, this feels like you casting the platform that you're walking onto next. Others can't see where you're going, but because you're so confident, they'll follow you. See, because here, they see you walking off the edge, but you've got a broomstick, so you can technically fly. You ain't worried. You know what I mean? So where you're going, you're able to get to easily, where others can't see how you're going to do it, but they'll follow you anyways because they know you're going to be able to do it. They don't know how, but they know you will. So I feel like what's guided you towards your taking this leap of faith, seeing where to go and then taking that leap, is that you're knowing what you're working on, your idea, the things that you take inspired action on are giving you confidence, and you're seeing this reflected immediately through the knowledge that you pick up, through the symbols that you're receiving, synchronicities, through the sounds that you're hearing, especially through radio frequencies, music, songs, Tony Braxton. Lyrics and words are speaking to you back through energetic forms. You know, musicians speak to the muses. They create the sounds from heaven. And those sounds are replayed back to us through technological form. And that spirit using that energy to project it back to you. Did you get the message? You did. You got it loud and clear. It's also true when someone understands more than what they've ever known, it also brings a sense of grief. Because there's this idea of having to grieve what no longer serves. Because knowing through this new path that you take, this new way that you go, there's also having to shed old values about yourself. I'm not strong enough. I can't do this alone. Yes, you can. And you're not alone. We all take a moment to release our emotions. The universe hears us. Our spirits see us. You are protected. And what I feel like this here is that, you know, that water into wine, maybe like this grief is, once you've worked out how easy that was to convert water to wine, to make emotions into a purchable substance for others to tap into and heal, there's also this sadness that, like, I wish I knew this sooner. Because the sadness comes from wanting to prevent all that other pain that others have experienced, where things should have been celebrated rather than suffered. So there's also like a grieving for, you grieve for those who don't pick your side as well. But also those who come to you will bring you what you need. So someone's coming to you, you're ready to speak communications about home and family, and it'll transform their values. 2 feminines, 1 masculine. This felt like an energy that was going against you at one stage, or first originally, but the words that you say, the bar that you set for others actually helps them. There's a pushback at first, and then there's a following. Because people see you as the Queen of Pentacles, someone who knows what they're talking about, someone who can see what they're working for, and someone who knows how to support others. You know how to do that all on your own. And I feel like you've been able to support others, especially while you had nowhere to go, Capricorn. Wow. You know, the first sign of abundance is, what did I say before? Spiritual, like that, you know, spiritual knowledge. It's not having things, it's having wisdom is the first form of abundance, you know. So you can still have nowhere to go and still be happy, because you know that where you're going to brings you more knowledge, and that brings more abundance. I'm also someone's sending you love. Someone's sending you love who you feel like you can't connect with at the moment, who's absent from your life. And this person actually makes you feel really, really happy. That person's sending you love. They love you. But this person has been caught up with a lot of conflict. This person loves you but can't come towards you because of conflict. Conflict from others. Spells and words have been casted from others with regards to lovers. This person loves you and celebrates you and wants you to see their journey of truth. Because this person's been walking their own journey of truth just like you, and they haven't been able to come towards you because other people have been preventing them. But there's something you see. This person carries truth with them. And they also carry a stoic knowledge. So we're talking astrology here, outside of the body. Energy outside of the body, that knowledge. This person is building on their knowledge and their direction, because they're building on value through generation as well. So I don't know how you're connected to this other person. It could be through, actually, you're connected to this person because of the way that you've mastered yourself. They've also mastered themselves through a similar journey. So this could be connecting to ancestor spirit, so being related in a past life, or related in this life, but unable to be connected. What's seeing here is that someone's had their hand tied. Someone's been restrained from being able to be their best self, to be able to see where they need to go. So someone's been restrained from being able to use their own potential. And that's been sort of, over time, has been nourished and nailed out through seeing things in a balanced view. Because being held down by power, once this person has calmed down, they're starting to see how to balance their emotions while under such restraints. And this has brought them peace. Now, what's coming out of this is that some truth is coming up, some knowledge, history, facts from history. Someone will be revealed as the knife thrower, meaning that they had said all the nasty things that affected their environment. So this is the energy of seeking the knife thrower and helping them become more knowledgeable to use their energy in positive means and not to hurt others. Because this, once again, going back to, you know, those love situations, treating people with love and not with hate. These are two separate energies. Someone choose to be away from the chaos of harmful words and harmful gestures. Someone stepped away to work on themselves, work on their intuition, master their craft, master themselves. This person too has had the same type of towers that you have. Acknowledgements through family lines. And this person is seeing the strength within them. Yeah. Let's move to the next house. Okay, Capricorn. So the 11th house is Aquarius's energy. This is talking about all your social energy. So friends, what you do socially or in the public eye, what you choose to speak about in a space that people choose to listen. So this could be on Facebook, could be YouTube, a platform where people can access your information or access you. So what we have here is film, TV, radio, stage, bed and breakfast, office, tailor-made and dressmaker. Now what I got here with office is like someone who works in the office, or someone who deals with government offices, like the office of. We've got here bed and breakfast. This also speaks to someone who is a speaker, like a radio host, someone who makes announcements, microphone, that type of thing, like something that's announced and recorded and then played back. What I'm getting morning time with this breakfast, of course, but bed and breakfast is like, you know, that 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. slot type of thing. What we do have here is protected. So regardless, whatever you do publicly, you are protected. And I mean that like where you have good intentions to go public to help people, you are protected. If there is someone who's listening to this reading in a low vibration energy and they think that they can do something bad in the public and get away with it, that is not what I am saying. I'm saying if you have good intentions and you're ready to speak into the public, you are protected. Okay? I'm getting a lot of like, the energy I'm getting from right here is that things are moving and swelling. So this is like an environment where, you know, it feels like 50 people are in a big room and they're all talking and networking and communicating. So this could be like before an event or after an event, but this is people congregating for the same type of reason at the same time and in the same place. So that's really interesting energy. I really want to shuffle one more time. I am getting some spiritual essence come through in this house. So if you're connected with an Aquarius as a past loved one, I'm getting present messages for this house. So let's see. So let's got here. The question we asked is, what do you do on your downtime? So you're obviously a speaker and a listener. And you design shapes to fit people. You know, a dressmaker uses geometry patterns, brings them together so that they sculpt the body, how it fits the body. So perhaps this is dressing a certain way when speaking to the office of, or going to a bed and breakfast. But there's something here where you have like this social expectation of yourself when you present yourself in that space. Okay. So what does Capricorn do on their downtime? We've got film, TV, radio, stage, bed and breakfast, office, tailor-made, and dressmaker. Okay. So what I just got is time slows down around great mass. So big objects, time is felt slower. Also, this mountain is tied to ancestor spirit. So there's a mountain of significance, like a place or a location that is significant to you and that ancestor spirit. There's broken glass there, which means that it's hard to get to, or it's unsafe. The journey to get to the mountain is a really tough one. It's not an easy journey. So maybe where your ancestor resides or where they lived was in a very specific place that not many people can get to. You can't get to that place. You can't drive to it. It means that you only can get to this place with spiritual knowledge, so that it's a spiritual journey. And this place only exists if you are aware of it, meaning that if it holds no significance for another person, then it means nothing to them. But this mountain for you, in a social aspect, is huge. This is big. Number 8, also infinity. Okay, whether you hear some truth or you are speaking the truth, Capricorn, but it is transforming your environment. It also is transforming a Taurus or the things that you choose to value. It's transforming those. You're seeing everything. You're seeing the truth. You're saying the truth. That kind of came out funny. You're saying the truth. It kind of came out funny then. The way that... Also too, this lightning is what you say is shocking to some people because they had never considered it before. They had no idea. You're speaking about people who refuse to change or refuse to consider the significance of transformation. You speak to people about the transformation of physical to spiritual, from water to wine, the process in which we incarnate through those transitions. And when we speak to truth, you know, what can be put to rest. Speaking the truth about the way something passed. So it could be the way something was passed in an office or a board, or it could be the way that information was received about transitions, about taking the leap of faith towards change. But there's a deep avoidance here. So speaking about people avoiding what they need to do. There's a connection to the father line here, and it's an emotional one, and black feathers are magic, which means that magic's accessible within you through the knowledge of the father's emotions. The big here is sensing. So you think about smell. When we smell, we get a taste for something. So smelling gives us a sense of tasting. And you can taste the connection to home. That's a really unusual message. Well, people can taste the connection to home. Something about, I'm getting like, I feel like you're doing a lot of work individually with individual people that's creating great change. But I feel like you come to this conclusion that your value is worth more than just dealing with one person at a time. I feel like your energy is needing to tap into more than one at one time. So what we got here is Father of Cups, so a father of water, meaning that it was a father of a water sign, or is a father who is a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, who's connected to a daughter of wands, or so daughter of earth, fire. So fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So there's a father and daughter of water and fire. There's something about the connection of creativity here. Like I feel like this spider, this connection between the father and the daughter, this is kind of given me like they're doing the same thing without realizing it, but it's a creative synchronicity. It's a creative synchronicity. Now you see this card, even if reversed, it still appears upright. It just means that someone can't see what they're doing is actually bringing them spiritual abundance. And that abundance is being protected until it's ready to be released. Especially, so this abundance is like surrounded by this love relationship. Now that's a father, daughter, or this is like a couple. There was something that you had an intuitive thought or an idea. You just felt like something with this connection. Maybe others felt it was going to break, but there was something in this connection that was bringing growth from above. It was bringing the heavens down. It was bringing heaven on earth. And that was that awakening. Someone realizing the secrecy of emotions is actually avoiding healing. And to avoid the healing means that the foundations cannot be secured. Home, family, we grew up, where you came from. Capricorn, yellow lights, yellow bubbles, yellow and orange lights are significant. They are your symbolic synchronicities for this reading. When you awaken and when you see and when you notice, those are your synchronicities, okay? Yeah. Let's move into the next house. Okay, Capricorn, the 12th house is Pisces energy. The question we asked is message revealed from Spirit, even though Spirit came through a lot earlier in this reading. I suppose this is the last opportunity for any spiritual energies to convey their message to Capricorn before closing. Coming over Detective, the Tower. Disruption, warns of disasters, aids and transformation. So there's something here, what's that? You're seeing the truth of something. So aids and transformation, warns of disasters. So that's like your kind of energy here with you being able to decipher when things are going to hit the roof. So you're working with Spirit here to... You're warning people. You and Spirit messages here. Spirit is helping you warn others. There's something you're composing in life. So you're bringing elements together, and when you present or produce that back to the world, it's a form of art, and it's mixed in with secrecy, spirituality, religion, and your own personal flair. At the start of the reading, I got watch someone having too much sugar with this bakery pastry chef. Someone eating or consuming too much sugar. So that's like tricking the brain signals. So make sure that you're getting the right foods. Spirit wants you to get the right foods so that you can connect into your ancestor spirits. Eating the right foods keeps your body vibrating at a high frequency. So that's really important. So there's something here where you come as a warning to others. Spirit's working with you to warn others about tower moments. You're helping people avoid heartbreak, pain. And the 6 of Cups is here, so number 45 is significant. Whether it's 1945, 1954, 2045. But what we're looking at here is it says motivation lifts up those who are fallen and humiliated. So there's a sense here that you are really helping those Or if you're feeling down, Spirit is coming in to lift you up. So I feel like what Spirit's signaling here is that the propagation of light. If I was going to call this reading anything, it would be to see the light, to find it. And the color is orange or yellow. So confounds the wicked and slanders. So which means that those who have been acting incorrectly or have been doing the wrong things towards you, they will be exposed for doing the wrong things, okay? So also too, this is a message that you could be warning others. Don't do the wrong thing because you will be caught out. You will be exposed. Act within your heart. Come with love. And if you're not receiving love, then go to a situation where there is love being received, right? So we don't need, Spirit's saying we don't need to stay where there is no love. Something about staying where there is no love is no provider of wisdom, okay? There is no success where there is no love. That's being reinforced in that message. So when people, or when you, there's something about you being liberated, being made aware of who your enemies are, because they're being exposed for what they have done. What they have done. Now, you don't even have to expose them, Capricorn, because they do that all themselves. When people try and cover up, they actually they actually expose themselves because they work so hard at hiding that they end up exposing, okay? So what's here is we've got breaking the circle, lifting opposing barriers and bringing victories. So this is you bringing two concepts, your knowledge and your truth together. You being some type of medium or diplomat in situations that could become explosive. You're finding success in bringing nurturing qualities to people, where people can connect and feel connected. This prevents the feeling of pain. Because when people have that connection, they can survive. When people don't have a connection, they can't. They don't feel alive. And they go outside of their means to grab these things to make themselves feel alive. Something about the hidden God, number 4. So this divine power guards against mental trouble. So any type of this is giving me manipulation. Where you've received your information from Spirit, trust in it. Others who don't look for synchronicities and don't connect to symbolism, they will not get it. And they won't get it. Okay, so what Spirit's saying here is that through your life, as you discover your purpose and you start implementing all of these things to help others, especially correcting that bloodline. This is like, you should see my goosebumps right now. They're lots of goosebumps. So, whew. Yeah, so we've got protection from enemies and protected. So you've got double protection here. You're also being protected with, because this is really interesting. It's like you're helping people have better relationships without being involved in their relationship. So what I'm getting here is just like a speaker of truth. And when you speak or when you hear this message of truth, it changes everything. Changes everything. So what's this personal style here for Capricorn? Personal style. All right, so the way you leap at things. Okay, so the way that your personal style is like, because we've got here the devil in reverse, meaning that your personal style is the opposite of the devil. So it's like where someone uses seduction, you use education. And where someone speaks about change incorrectly, you bring them fact. You deliver them some type of fact that corrects them. Your personal style will take you far. Your personal style will take you far. What's this composer here? Whoa. Okay, big message. Composer, your energy. Ace of Pentacles, past loved one. Divine blessings. Drives away evil spirits and rules agricultural production. So your past loved one is watching. You are greatly protected. The way you composed something, so composer is also bringing those elements together. If you created any pieces to honor your past loved one, these are, you know, and if you'd taken any loss in those creations, you know, you're being blessed. You're being blessed. And so this composer, someone else's energy. So someone else's energy, that's like when you deliver your composition, your workplace, or something in your workplace, I feel like there's something in your usual workplace, there's a sense of jealousy, or because upright, this card saying fruition provides expansive intelligence and gives the grace of God. So it's like when you deliver your composition, it's like either a Taurus or someone you valued in the workplace changes how they feel about you. And that's okay. And another energy here. So this person who doesn't appreciate your composition, it's like if this person, okay, so this person from the workplace who is sort of giving this jealous vibe off, or something in terms of when you deliver your composition, there's a sense that this person's feeling really vulnerable and insecure, because I feel like they felt like they had the power to do this, or they felt like they were the one who was supposed to do this. Or, okay, Capricorn, so this person will show themselves to you, because when you deliver this big amazing thing in life, this person's going to sort of show you that they're not happy for you. But this person will have to do a little bit more self-reflection, because what they see you are after, they wanted for themselves. But this person needs to see what they need for themselves so they can go after it, and not after what you're after, because it's not the same purpose. Okay? So it's like someone was trying to feed off your energy, or someone was like using your energy to look good in the workplace. But this person is feeling really vulnerable, because when you speak, it's like they're exposed, and they don't like that, because this person hasn't been true to themselves. Okay. All right, let's get some guidance. Okay, so we're going to use the Earth Warriors Oracle by Alana Fairchild. We're going to ask for some guidance here for Capricorn. What is the guidance for Capricorn in discovering their life's purpose? with some quite heavy messages in here, Capricorn. So I love what you're doing. Let's see what your guidance is. Well, nice. Honor of the Ancient King. Wow. Okay. So someone's ancestor was a king. Someone's related to royal blood. Okay. So that's not for everyone. Someone watching this reading has royal blood. Okay, because we've got honor of the ancient king. Number 22, Ingonyama. Ingonyama. I hope I'm saying that correctly. So let's see what this is about. So we got the ancient king of the Zulu brings you an empowering message. You are destined to know and experience what it is to be truly empowered. Your voice, your courage, and your wisdom and your dignity can create considerable spiritual light, uplifting and inspiring others, guiding divine potential. So you'll be guiding them from a place of spiritual truth towards fulfillment of their divine potential. If you have been doubting yourself or feeling unworthy of the boldness of your visions, you must allow your spirit to roar, for you shall conquer all obstacles and succeed in your heart's desires. Okay, that's so beautiful. Ooh, I want to know whose royal blood is listening. In this oracle, it indicates an awakening and the healing and strengthening of divine masculine energy within the soul for taking the initiative and leading with wisdom. Wow. Healing masculinity is relevant at both physical and psychological levels. To love and make peace with the masculine allows it to become more dynamic and expressive. Expressive in power, in integrity, in purpose, justice, and protection. So we've got protection 3 times today. Acknowledge your power and do not play small. Conserve your energy and get plenty of rest. But when the time is right, let your soul roar and your true voice be heard without hesitation or fear. You are a protector and a leader of others. Allow your spiritual connection to awaken, and encourage with boldness. Refuse to be put down and trust that the dignity and divinity within you is true. So the spiritual guidance here. Okay, so in Zulu, Ingonyama means lion, yet it is not a simple translation. It also refers to a natural position of power. Kingly leadership, which entails the wisdom of justice and mercy, is implied. This word alludes to the divine masculine, actively expressed to right the wrongs of the world. The divine masculine potency within men and women defends the sacred feminine by putting in action and energy to commit required to bring her values to life. The divine masculine consciousness is essential for us to conquer procrastination, hesitation, fear, doubt, and inertia. It is the time of power, of the sword of discernment, integrity, strength, and honesty. It is the ability to protect and defend what is worthy. And it's not about dominating the world, but more about moving and empowering it perfectly. From a position of an inner spiritual connection to the wisdom of the sacred feminine that is always revealing the way. The oracle of the Ingonyama brings you lion medicine. Lion is an archetypal energy of raw power, strength, and fearlessness. Lions carry powerful energy for those that need to be seen and heard in positions of leadership. Be fearless and trust your spiritual power, which is more than enough for any divine purpose that needs to be accomplished. So express your true voice and affirm your intentions. The voice of the Spirit is louder than any voice within or around you. It is the most powerful, the most far-reaching in impact, And like the roar of the lion, the spiritual voice will be heard and it will take effect, casting off any darkness seeking to impede your purpose and the purpose of those that you love and protect. There is a time and place when the feminine must come to the fore. Likewise, there is a time when the masculine is required. This is not about men and women, but the masculine traits within men and women. You are being asked to utilize masculine traits for success. The feminine will then look and be able to flourish. These masculine traits include discernment, decisive action, creating order, clearing away what is no longer effective and allowing for the new to emerge from the sacred space. It may seem that you are being held to a higher standard than others. Yeah, which that bar is higher. Higher standards of inner accountability from a spiritual safeguard. So that power, which is not easily corruptible, is expressed in a way that increases light by serving the divine rather than our own, even well-meaning agendas. Economia also brings the message of the wise cultivation of energy. Lions can rest for 20 hours a day, and when they need to act, they do. They also take their share of food available without apology. If you have associated leadership with overwork and sacrifice your needs to fulfill the needs of others, do away with that. In your well-being, strength, and dignity, so much more shall be accomplished. So those that you are here to love, guide, and protect will feel faith in their path, all the more so. And when their guide expresses and embodies divine love and wisdom with kindness towards all, including compassion and respect for the self. So the healing process here is stand with your feet hip width apart, knees locked. Feel connected to your body as you imagine, feel or intend. Your energy is now vital, golden and luminous, and it shines from your heart and creates a potent field of divine light within you, around you, in all directions. Within this light is a roar of the divine lion of truth. Even if it seems silent, it can be felt, it can be heard, and it takes divine effect far wide. Allow the sound of the field of light to intermingle and extend as far as you wish, reaching into the past and far into the future, beyond time, space, and the physical world. So say aloud, through the spiritual authority residing in my heart as the Christ Lion of Judah, I cast the darkness of negative influence. I cast it out of myself, my loved ones, and my community. I cast it out of the world events and future situations where the sanctified spiritual authority extends. May all leaders submit to wisdom for the greatest good of all, through the power of the great spirit of love. And it is done. So rest for now as long as you need, because Capricorn, you have completed your healing process. Beautiful. Capricorn, this was how to discover your life purpose reading. Thank you so much if you made it towards the end. I will pop the timestamps down the bottom so you can navigate to each of the houses whenever you like. Don't forget, this is a timeless reading. This reading is a very long reading because it's forecasted over a lifetime. Lifetimes, as we had ancestral spirit come through there and past loved ones, so this was a really long reading over many life and lifetimes, time frames. Someone here is royal, and thank you so much for allowing me to read your energy. I feel and your ancestors being very strong through your energy. So thank you so much. Thank you for your beautiful energy. Okay, so you are protected, you are blessed, and may you awaken to your true purpose with love and light. And until the next reading, Capricorn, take care and bye for now.